Hi guys, so today we're going to be discussing one of the questions that we were prompted to answer. I chose, why do you think it is important? Why do you think it is important to understand psychology and how can it be applied to everyday life? And I said, I think it is vital to understand psychology for a variety of reasons. In this video, we're going to be tackling two/three. The first reason being, it can help us formulate our worldviews and our opinions. What I mean by this is I took like a high school psychology course before, but just based on some of the stuff that we learned in there, I can say for myself, it definitely helped formulate some of my opinions on different things and some different worldviews. Like, for example, because I noticed in psychology, there's a lot of different theories, and it can be a lot of different theories for like the same thing. So like, for example, with dreams, there's multiple theories on why dreams exist. Like, I know one of the theories is that, I believe it came from Sigmund Freud. Don't quote me on that. But one of the theories was that dreams are basically a representation of what your subconscious/unconscious mind desires. So when you have a dream and whatever happens in a dream, it's a reflection of your true desires. Another theory of why dreams happen is that it is your brain replaying everything that's happened throughout the day. So it's kind of just taking different things from different thoughts that you may have had throughout the day, or different media you've seen, different phrases you may have heard, and it kind of just accumulates into one dream. That's why it can kind of be random. And then another theory is that dreams happen they're just random, basically. They're just randomly generated. Like, they just whatever happens, So like I said, there's a lot of theories that can be involved in psychology, and those can kind of help you formulate your opinions on why you think things happen. Like, when it comes to dreams, I think that dreams are honestly just random, just a little representation of different things you may have seen or heard or experienced throughout the day. They don't really have meaning tied to them. And then also, I know that we had learned about attribution theory as well, and that basically is just a theory that says that you either attribute people's actions to an internal thing, like their personality. Like, let's just say you witness somebody speeding on a road. You're either going to look at that person speeding and you're going to attribute to a negative personality factor, like, oh, they're not a good person because they speed, they're neglectful, they're rude, something like that. Or you're going to attribute it to a external factor. You may think, that person may be speeding because their mom's in the hospital and they need to go visit her. So it's like you kind of either have a negative kind of view of why people do things, or you have a positive view of why people do things. And that was also interesting to learn because it really helped me formulate an opinion of trying to think more positively in regards to why people do things. It's not automatically assume people have bad intentions, which just brings me to the point that psychology can really help you formulate different worldviews, and also just take a notice of how you view the world as of right now, like as currently. Number two, I said it can help us further understand ourselves and those around us. And this ties into my third point as well, where I said it can help us acquire more grace and more empathy. Basically, in psychology, especially when you start getting to the areas where you're talking about like reinforcement and punishment and things like that, conditioning, and just things of that nature, I feel like it can really help you see how some of those things may have happened in your childhood. Times you may have been positively reinforced or negatively reinforced, the type of different punishments that you got, conditioning that you may have been subjected to. That can help you understand yourself more. And also, when you learn of experiences of other people, it can help you further understand them as well, and kind of attribute that to why they act the way they do, or why you act the way they do, or why you act the way you do, or think the way you do, or go about things. It just helps you gain more understanding for yourself and the people around you. And I think with gaining that understanding of yourself and the people around you, you also naturally gain more grace for yourself, and you gain more empathy for yourself, to be like, okay, I think this way, or they think this way because this happened or that happened, and that's made them become this way, So yeah,